Hey guys, how's it going? tmanplays here, and today we're going to be playing as the 79th versus Hippie, who's playing as the 82nd. So, Hippie, very great player. We know that this is going to be uh, a good match. So, right off the bat, I see these speckles of light coming in, and knowing that he's playing the 82nd, I figure he's going to rush some area. So, you originally see I have these GRU routed here, but as soon as I see the smoke dropping, I know that he's going for a push on my far left. So, going to have to reroute these guys back to the building, as clearly something is going to be coming in here. I am still moving up my command because I want to take control of this area before he gets in. And with our other recon here, we can see all the units that are moving in. So going really defensively with my GRU in the middle. Same with AA, as we know he has Apaches. We know he's mainly going to be in the air. So we want to just basically give ourselves time to build up and push him out, as he's going to be strong in the early game, but he's not going to be able to match us in the late game. So GRU's going to be doing a good job here, already taking out the Avenger there. Only one other Avenger in the rear. And the GRU here going to be doing a nice job of holding back all this infantry, allowing our TO-55's time to get up and get line of sight on all this infantry in the open. We are going to decide to pull back this GRU and try and flank to catch any reinforcements coming down this road. But we do lose our GRU here, so now it's just up to these TO-55's to put in a lot of work. In the middle, nothing much happening, just remaining defensive with my unit placements and ordering up some infantry for this area now, as I feel like he could possibly get through my line, and we don't want him to have any type of breakthrough. We want to maintain a solid front, so we're just gonna call guys back here and slowly push him back off to basically maintain that line of defense. As main reinforcements, going to be the Motoshoki BTR-80s here, followed up with another TO-55 and a Superior RPO that I'm moving here. Potentially can get that in the building behind his line. And just another Superior RPO to go here. Unfortunately, I didn't think he would already push out of the buildings this far, so he does kill one of my Motoshokis for free, as well as both my BTR-80s. And our GRU here is out of Dragunov shots, so as soon as this heavy hog becomes unstunned, he should be able to kill that off. So that's why I'm buying this MiG, to try and take that out before that happens. Unfortunately, not fast enough. But the MiG-23 gonna come in anyways, take out that heavy hog, and then try and go for the AT plane. Not able to do any real damage though. Superior RPO here did come in behind his line, and now Hippie has managed to sneak a CV somewhere in this zone. MiG-23 not able to finish the kill there. Is going to make it out alive though, and we see an A-10 approaching. So my GRU from here, I did decide to get pretty aggressive and move him up, because we know he spent a lot of points really with this push. So that should allow me some free space in the middle. Went ahead and moved back in my CV here. Gonna capture that zone. And we see now exactly where his CV is. Another MiG-23 coming in to finish off the A-10. And unfortunately, some infantry here managed to kill my CV. Did not realize that he had penetrated through my line. But you'll see, just playing it really slow on this side. I'm not too worried about my positioning here at the moment. I'm really worried about this area, because if he's just allowed to accumulate a lot of units here and get control of this area, it'll be extremely hard for me to get back in here and basically contest this. And I don't want to just throw these TO-55s in the open, because it's likely he has a tow here, or even here somewhere, and that'll just cause these guys to die with no real purpose. So we're just saving these for an effective push later on. You can see our infantry has moved up now, is going to capture back this area and push back his CV. I presume the CV was probably trying to sneak through my line to capture this area, so we're at least able to push that back towards the left zone. And because he mostly just has these airborne engineers here, our BTR-80s and our BMP-2s, as well as just basically all our armor here, can push right up on these units and get good shots on target. As now our Motostoki is going to start moving in, trying to get our foothold back. You can see just buying a fair bit of armor now, as that's going to be our advantage in this area. Do see a dragon coming in for this BTR-80. No smoke though on that, so it is going to go down. And I'm now moving up some Motostoki to this building just to go ahead and clear this out. Make sure he doesn't have any sneaky units that he snuck behind my lines. Because my CV did go down, I had to order up another command. And my GRU from this building did move here just to get further control of this side. So locking down this road, making sure he can't just run infantry through here anymore. Do get the command back in, but see he obviously has a command that he moved to this area now. The Chinook, I originally thought he was going to land here, but it appears he's going for my CV. So MiG-23 going to be trying to deal with that. Isn't going to be able to get the kill though. And we see the Eagle coming, so just going to pull that back further behind my line and evac it, as my Osa's going to be trying to get the kill there. The other one does kill the Chinook. I do think because it landed here, possibly infantry survived, so we're going to move back our RPO just to double check that, as well as move our CV just a little bit further away from this area. Now, because he did fly over here, I assumed he might have some infantry in this area. So you'll see buying a recon helicopter and an Mi-24P just to make sure he doesn't have anything still behind my line. And our GRU here doing a great job of just keeping back his forces. We are going to start moving our OSA up to deal with this OH-58C Scout. And our T-62 is doing a nice job of helping our Motostoki with these infantry engagements. So the OSA here going to be able to get the kill on the recon chopper, and we're going to pull back one of our Spetsnaz for repairs. Do have an M1IP in this area. T-62 is not going to be able to really deal with that effectively. Helicopter should do a better job. See our first T-62 gets a nice shot, but only does 3 damage, whereas he does 7 damage to us, so not going to be able to take another shot from that engagement. So I do buy the Su-25AT. Going to start flying that above his lines, test out his AA, and also move the recon forward so that we can maybe spot some things for it to fire at. So just kind of holding it behind my AA for now in case he does call out something to counter. But once we start getting vision on everything, we're going to start flying it over his front lines. Do take out another Avenger there, but not able to spot anything, so we're just going to have to pull this guy back and wait until our recon can actually spot for us. So spot the M1IP, Su-25, trying to come in for that. Not able to get any rockets off though. So going to pull it back, go in for another run. On this side, LGB bomber is going to miss. We are going to at least get a nice hit on that, take it out of action for a while. And our Su-25 now has the vision it needs, is going to miss the first shot. Does get the kill there. And we also get a supply vehicle So we have the infantry, we have the armor, we have the air support, and the helicopter. Unfortunately, though, Eagle gonna be able to nicely deal with that, and my MiG-23 is gonna be way too slow to take that engagement. Finally find the CV here, able to take that out, and now just a little over 10 minutes into the game, Hippie does have a nice 824 point lead, but we've basically stabilized really well, and we can actually concentrate on a good push in the center now, or pushing him further back here. I don't really want to push into this area though, because he should have the infantry advantage. So if we do push, we're going to need a lot of armor, and I basically want to try and take this little area so that I can keep his infantry at bay, not have to worry about the forest fights. And you'll see I'm also getting some armor in this area because I want to push across the open here. I know based on this little front line here that his CV is somewhere on this side. I'm thinking here somewhere. So I want to basically push off this area and get his CV out of the zone, as we do have to be the aggressor now in order to win this game. We see all the infantry and Bradley moving up through the center here, so I am moving across my Mi-24P to help keep this at bay. Smoke a little too late on the T-62 there, so it is going to go down. And our Spetsnaz GRU out of Dragunov shots, but we still do have the AS Val, so I'm going to move that up to engage the infantry that we saw here, as our helicopter is doing a nice job getting rid of the fire team AT-4 there. And with the support of the Bradley, our Spetsnaz isn't going to fare too well, so we will have to pull these guys back shortly. See an Eagle coming in for our recon there, so going to call out the MiGs, but unfortunately, because these only have a speed of 1,238 kilometers an hour, whereas the Eagle is 1,485, we're not going to be able to catch that, and he is going to get out of there. Seed comes in for the OSA, is able to take that out. At least get one hit there. Gonna be out of commission for a while. And we're starting to get a little aggressive now in this area of the objective. I'm just gonna run across some infantry in the open. I do have tank support here, and I have a T-80 BV. It's also gonna be moving up here. Avenger gonna be catching out this Mi-24P though. Not able to pull that back in time. And we see some artillery starting to target our OSA, so gonna split these units. Make sure that neither of them go down to the artillery. Have a nice comfortable hold on this right side. And now, knowing that he's not really gonna push across the open, I don't need to keep these TO-55s here. So we're just gonna fast move these to here and for a big push across the open. And we're also getting another T-80U up just for a little bit heavier armor, as he won't really be able to deal with that as long as we have the proper AA support. And that's why we also have another OSA in this area. As our next push is going to be here, we want to have each side basically covered with AA. So with our tank support, going to be able to at least start pushing back these Dragon units. We see a Bradley coming in here. And T-80 BV going to be going just a little bit too far forward. Going to get side-shotted by the AT-4, so we're going to have to pull that back and order some supply for healing. Our BMP-2s. I was going to unload these here, but once I see the Bradley, I changed the unload orders to here and here, just because we want to push into this area to get some kind of control on the opposite forest line, as that would be really nice to have. So we are going to lose one BMP-2, but we at least take out the Bradley with the other one. And now I'm just moving across all these TO-55s and my T-80 BV, as well as moving up our recon infantry to support this. We do have the OSA here if he does call out helicopters. Same with here. And we've also got infantry in the opposing tree line, so that's going to help if he does have any type of tank here. We can basically shoot her from the rear. Lose the T-62 there to the F-16 AT. And getting really aggressive with this command vehicle, just trying to charge it in his zone. Take out the heavy hog, and we know that the Eagles were coming, so we're just going to route straight for those. Don't get killed, don't get any kills, and we're just going to say, all right, that's good with us. Let's go ahead and evac and save ourselves for another day. We see the command retreating. I also capture his zone here. So once we capture this, just going to pull out. As he doesn't have a CV, we will remain in control of this, and that gives us a nice +4, which is what we really need to start coming back in this game. See, I'm just moving across all my infantry now, as this armor is just freely able to move across the open. It does have a tow here, though, so that is going to be an issue. Just going to have to basically sacrifice these TO-55s and moving the GRU in order to spot this. So at least able to stun this down. And our T-80BB can be able to finish that. With our infantry, we're just moving them through the tree line to eventually get to this CV. And the BV can be getting a nice hit on the Bradley. Somehow the Bradley still hits, though. A bit unfortunate for our BV there. And we're moving our other Spetsnaz GRU to a better spot, just so we can maintain recon across this front. Do have a T-80U in the rear. Some dragon shots coming from the buildings against my tanks, but I have the supply now, so those guys are going to be healing up. As you can see, I originally thought he was targeting the supply, but going for the T-80BB, so going to pull all that back for repairs. Moving up our T-80U now. And with our infantry here, making sure he doesn't have any more tows or recon in this area. Did take out the CV, though, so that gives us a nice +7, rapidly gaining points back here. And we're trying to get a foothold back in this objective now. So unload everything. Just has a dragon team here, presumably out of ammo. Does get a CV back in his zone, though. AT there, gonna miss my T-80U. Also gonna get a nice hit. Basically take that out of commission for a while. And since we see these helicopters start coming up, we're gonna move our OSAs up just a little bit. And our infantry here managing to push back the Abrams, but don't want to lose it all, so we're just going to pull that back for repairs, as I'm going to need this in any type of long drawn out infantry fight. So we see the A-10 rocket coming up, and this is something I need to deal with. The OSA at least going to take out the recon helicopter, but going to buy a MiG-23 and just... we know he's going to call out the Eagles, so this is kind of a sacrificial mission. It's all up to him to take this out. Gets a nice first hit there. He's able to get the finishing blow. Going to go right into these Eagles, though, and is going to get shot down. But it did what it needed to do, and we still have nice, solid control of the middle. Just a little over 200 points, so we're in a draw range, and I now have 2 T-80Us, which is going to be extremely hard for him to deal with. I have a Cube, I have the OSAs in good positions, we have plenty of recon, and we're just going to kick him out of the corner of this zone as we see the smoke start coming in, so we know potentially there's a CV coming here. So just going to move our recon through first, follow it up with our T-80Us, and sure enough, there's the CV, which stops the tick. But with 20 minutes left, and with us in such a strong position. We're just gonna move our units slowly to take this out, as we have plenty of time. I also have these buildings secured, so gonna move in a CV into the back here just to continue the tick. Also ordering two T80BVs here just to cover this open ground, as I eventually want to get infantry here to cover the open. If he gets infantry back here, that's fine. I can just remain contesting the zone. Also have another T80BV here. It's guarding the open in case he decides to push out anything from this side. Coob, going to be getting a nice hit. Going to pull back the command and then pushing it straight back in. But Hippie, going to surrender there, as we did trade pretty well. And we were in a very strong position. So you can see Spetsnaz GRU doing a pretty good job of dealing with most of his infantry. Our helicopter also did a pretty good job there. But it mainly came down to just our strong positioning and not throwing units at him when he took our far left zone, and just slowly fighting our way back into the objective. But, I mean, early game definitely went to Hippie, but as we progressed, we were just able to kick him out basically slowly over time. Didn't panic, and that caused us to have such a strong position, as 80 seconds not really going to be able to deal with heavy armor. So as long as we have our heavy armor with AA support, we can just slowly push him out of the zones. We just basically don't want to allow him to get a super strong tick at the start to where we don't have enough time to make the comeback. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.